Chen Qingtong dispatched in straight games by Wang Manyu yesterday. Naomi Ito of Japan, no match for Sun Ying-sha, the dominant world #1. Straight games win for both. And that is how the final looks. They will be into the arena in just a few moments' time. You don't want to miss this one. This is an absolutely compelling rivalry between these two incredible players at the very top of their game. While sitting alongside me, another titan of the game, Gavin Maguire, former table tennis pro, sitting alongside me for this one. We can't wait, Gavin, to see this one get underway, and that is what they are playing for. It's not just ranking points, it's not just the fact you can say I'm the world champion, you get your name etched into history.
I can safely say, Rebecca, I've never been referred to as a titan of the game, so thank you for that one. I'll take that home with me.
Well, we've been here before with these two. 2 years ago at these World Championships finals, it was Sun Ying-sha who wrested the title away from Wang Manyu, who'd beaten her into the silver medal position 2 years prior. So they've got one World Championship title apiece, but who will be top of the podium today? Who will become World Singles Champion for the second time? All will shortly be decided in this best-of-7 encounter. Well, you can expect the roof to be raised in here. It's always so noisy when the Chinese players take to the table. And you were going to say, Gavin?
Exactly what I was about to say. You can see in your pictures the fans in the arena absolutely full, and they are going to love this one.
Well, we can have a little look then at how these two players made it through to the final. That is Mima Ito of Japan, no match for Sun Ying-sha, the dominant world #1. She's been top of the standings for 149 weeks consecutively. Gavin, it's hard to comprehend, isn't it? Somebody who is that dominant in their sport, 149 weeks consecutively as the world's best.
At the age of 25, she's already making her name as one of the greatest of all time in our sport. And she transcends sport, to be honest. She's relentless in her approach on the table. What an amazing athlete. And it's hard to see anybody capable of beating her. It's hard to think that there is anybody capable of beating her. But we know that Wang Manyu has done it before, and she'll be looking to do it again today.
Is it hard to come into this kind of match as a defending champion? Does that bring extra pressure?
I think it definitely does, but for her right now, she'll be just trying to relax and treat this as any other game. That's what's going to be most important for her today. But I'm sure she's also going to be thinking about maybe a little bit of revenge against Wang Manyu.
Well, let's head down to the courtside and join Adam Bobrow. Adam, we're awaiting the players, but I'm sure that the anticipation is building down there.
Oh my goodness, is everybody awaiting? Yeah, I'm looking around, but think about it. This is a player, Wang Manyu, who's in good form here. When you look at the big titles she's taken, when it really counts, yes, Shasha has won an overwhelming percent, 9 of their last 12 since 2021 when Wang Manyu won, but that's the last time they played a World Championships final. Wang Manyu also won their last encounter 4-0. She looks to be in special form out here today. So Sun Ying-sha coming close to 3 years in a row at world #1 has a lot to play for against the world #2 here today.
Let's welcome the players. Representing China, Sun Ying-sha.
This is going to be a really fascinating encounter. The head-to-head between these two is led by that player, the world #1, who comes into the arena looking for a second title of the weekend. The mixed doubles yesterday.
Also representing China, Wang Manyu.
Wang Manyu knows what it takes to get the job done on the world stage. Olympic gold with the Chinese team in Tokyo. She's won this title before. That was 4 years ago, before Sun Ying-sha imposed herself on this event and took the title last year. This is a repeat of the last edition of these World Championships, as well as the one prior to that. It's a best-of-7 games. The first player to reach 11 points, and they must win by 2 clear points to take a game. That is Sun Ying-sha, the history weighing in her favor, 15 wins to 9 from Wang Manyu. But the last time this pair met, it was Wang Manyu who won that one, and she won it in straight games. That was was quite recently as well. And Gavin, how will Sun Ying-sha feel about coming into this one knowing that she couldn't even get a game on the board against Wang Manyu?
I think that's going to live very fresh in her memory for sure. Wang Manyu winning that one 4-0, and it's the only match in 2025 that Sun Ying-sha has lost.
We have red, blue, red, your color is blue, blue, which side?
Well, coin toss complete. Players making their way over to the towels, and you can hear the noise inside the arena. That is a febrile atmosphere.
Opting to receive there, Sun Ying-sha. She'll be now serving at 9-9 in the first. If we reach it, she'll have 4 opportunities over 7 sets to serve at 9-9. Often the reason pro players choose that receive from the beginning.
We can have a look there. World number 1 at the age of 24. As we've said a number of times, 149 weeks at the top, and that's her route through to the final. She's dropped 3 games in total. Shin Yu-bin of the Republic of Korea giving her a tough test in the round of 16. And then it was back-to-back victories over 2 Japanese players, Tsukiyodo and Mima Ito, in the quarterfinals and semi-finals, respectively. So it was Shin Yu-bin, who's a promising player inside the top 10, who provided the biggest test for her. Will Wang Manyu provide an even sterner one. World number 2, she first reached the world number 2 position in July of 2018, and it must be difficult for someone like Wang Manyu, who's never actually ascended to the very top of the rankings. Always the bridesmaid, you might say, never the bride. Have a look then at her results coming into this one. Dropped just the 2 games as well in absolutely superb form. She was given a tough test in the round of 32. Against that defensive chopping style, recovered well. But the fan vote, wow, what do you make of that?
I'm actually quite surprised. I think that's a realistic fan vote. I think if I was to give 1% either way, I would give it to Sun Ying-sha. However, Sun Ying-sha, we know, has one of the biggest fan clubs and biggest followings in world table tennis. So our fans are knowledgeable. They know this is going to be a close one.
That's what they're playing for, the Geist Prize. Winner of the women's singles will get to take that home. They'll have their name etched into it. And is that something that they will have looked at? Will they've walked past that trophy and thought, yeah, I want my name on that today?
They've both held it before, so they know all about that trophy. They want to get their hands on it one more time in the trilogy matchup of World Singles Finals.
Now, what will be the approach here for both players? Because, of course, they know each other so well. Both part of the national team setup. They've had this long-standing rivalry. No surprises.
Yeah, they'll know each other so well, as you've already mentioned, Rebecca. So I think, for me, tactics actually go a little bit out the window. It's more about mental battle in this one than it is tactics on the table. We're going to see a slugfest of backhand-to-backhand rallies. Both players will look to come in with their forehands when possible. But it's who will control themselves, who will hold themselves in the difficult and tense moments. When it's 9-9, when it's 10-10, who can hold their nerve and impose themselves on those rallies?
First point on the board then for Wang Manyu.
And get ready for plenty more of those long rallies. Exactly what we expect from these 2 absolute greats of the game. If we're getting that in game 1.4, what are we going to see later on?
2-3.
They're both such complete players, aren't they? And how will you expose any kind of area of weakness or vulnerability? What will each player be looking for in their opponent?
I think they'll just be trying to create advantage with their own services. They'll be really varying the position on their services, the depth on the table. You can see even on the Wang Manyu serve how dangerous Sung Ying-sha is there.
No flashlight. Flash camera, please.
Of course, it's dark in the stands, and all these fans will want to capture these moments, seeing their heroes in action. Sung Ying-sha, of course, household name. Transcends the sport in her home country. It's been a lightning fast start for the world number one. Will she be aware? How much will she be thinking of that last time they met where she was beaten in straight games?
I think it's going to be very much in the forefront of her mind. Not from a negative perspective, but she'll be using that as fuel for her motivation today. As if gold medal, world champion wasn't enough, she won't want anyone to have that one up over her.
2-6.
Wang Manyu looking almost stunned there.
Seen that step around from Wang Manyu be so effective in this championships.
Just failing to connect with the forehand then, looking pretty disappointed as well.
Yeah, it's great placement from Shasha there in that half-long service, tempting Wang Manyu into that forehand topspin.
A great backhand-to-backhand rally. Sung Ying-sha turns to celebrate towards the crowd, and let's head down to Adam Bobrow, who is pretty much in the thick of it down there.
Yeah, the crowd's fully behind this, no matter who they're rooting for here. It just feels that there's extra determination on both sides, even from the style of play. When Wang Manyu has 1 point, 1/3 of the points available, she's been very determined. She's not afraid to step around and use that forehand. You can feel the pressure, and it's only game number one.
Let 4-8. Let 4-8.
We heard from Adam But Wang Manju's feeling the pressure, only game number 1, and that pressure is only increasing. 5 points to the good now for Sun Ying-sha, 2 points away from wrapping up the opener in this World Championships final. Wang Manju offering up the hand by way of apology, but she has stopped Sun Ying-sha from earning herself 5 game points, so it'll be relief as well.
Opening game here, Shasha has really just found a way to deal with that Wang Manju forehand. She seems to be able to put it back with more pressure every single time.
Nine, 6.
That is finally game points for Sun Ying-sha now. After Wang Manju put together a couple of consecutive ones, Sun Ying-sha doesn't want to let her have any more to do with this one. She wants to get this game wrapped up. 4 game points now for the world number 1, but it is Wang Manju who has the serve here.
Eleven, 6.
11 points to 6. Sun Ying-sha takes the opener. No repeat of that straight games defeat from the last time this pair met. Wang Manju looking down at her racket, searching for answers. How does she stop the power of her great rival, Sun Ying-sha? Well, Wang Manju is a former world champion. Won the title in Houston in 2021, defeating none other than Sun Ying-sha. It's a great reaction from Wang Manju, and look at the scoreline in that final game.
Huge moment for Wang Manju there, taking her gold medal, and look at the reaction. We saw so many backhand to backhand rallies there in that game in Houston. We saw it again. Every time they've played, it's backhand to backhand exchanges.
And of course, Sun Ying-sha got her revenge 2 years later with a repeat of that final. This is the 3rd time now that this pair are meeting at World Championship finals.
Second the game.
Well, how will Wang Manju approach this one now with
Double.
Sun Ying-sha having wrapped up the opener in quite dominant fashion?
I don't think we'll have a lot of panic from Wang Manju. She's been here before, a world champion, of course, herself. So, champion's mentality. She'll just be trying to figure out how to impose her own game right now. How can she be more aggressive with her backhand? How can she find quicker opportunities to step around with her forehand? And also make sure her placement is away from the Sun Ying-sha racket. Exactly like that one. You just saw her play that extra bit of wide with the backhand, forcing Sun Ying-sha off balance, and that creates a chance with the forehand.
superb forehand from Sungin Shah. She's got so much power. She is such a physically strong player.
Yeah, and that deep push into Wang Manyu's middle was absolutely brilliant. She baited her into playing a top spin and then telegraphed with a huge forehand counter loop.
Wang Manyu putting Sungin Shah under real pressure there.
Yeah, great receive in the initial, breaking her wrist deep out to Sungin Shah's backhand, just giving her a slight advantage in that backhand to backhand rally.
And Manyu just signalling to herself just to settle a bit there.
She saw the chance as it popped up slightly high in her forehand.
And it's lightning fast. And Sungin Shah looking for a 25th career title.
It's just explosive there. Watch how it flies by. Stepping around onto her forehand side. More good placement from Wang Manyu. Just being really crafty here in this second game. Delaying her receive slightly longer before she chooses what direction to go. And again, just waiting a little extra second before she makes the receive. Slowing the game down. I think that's clever tactics from Wang Manyu. If she can slow Sungin Shah down, we know how good she is in those high-speed battles.
Let 6-4.
But how do you slow her down, Gavin? Because it's easier said than done.
Exactly that. That's the answer that nobody has come up with, really. Wang Manyu is the only one that's come close to it.
That's absolutely phenomenal. That's that speed that Wang Manyu will want to try and counter, but just hasn't got the answer to that just yet.
We haven't seen Wang Manyu serve long very often. And that should have been a great variation from her side. But Xia somehow able to step around in time.
And that's a fascinating statistic. Sungin Shah winning almost double the number of points on serve than her opponent.
But that's just a clear example of how well they know each other. You should see service averages much higher than that. Service is a real advantage normally in table tennis, but when you know your opponent like these two do, that balance swings totally
6-7.
the other direction.
Well, it was a great recovery from Wang Manyu, and Sun Ying-sha offering the apology as she takes the point. Wang Manyu did well to stay in that rally and give herself a bit of a chance. You could see what the plan was there for Sun Ying-sha, gearing up for that big forehand, just failing to connect.
You have to feel like this is a crucial moment now for Wang Manyu to close out this game.
She is a 6-time world champion. 3 team golds, singles gold, and 2 double golds as well. It's a huge celebration for Sun Ying-sha. We don't see her that vocal too often, and it's still early stages in this final. It just shows the gravity of this situation. Stroke of fortune for Sun Ying-sha.
It's excruciating for Wang Manyu to see that. It's happened a couple of times already. Xia has gotten a bit of fortune, but that's unreturnable for her. She can't even fight her way back into the point. And irrespective, if even that racket throw had touched the ball over the net, it wouldn't have counted. Your hand has to be on the racket at all times.
Well, I was going to say, just how important will that point prove to be? That's a great response, though, for Wang Manyu.
How did she pull that out? The ball popped up for Xia now, and she plays an unbelievable angle, but Wang Manyu on the stretch plays it down the line.
Again, Sun Ying-sha with the apology. Wang Manyu looks as though she cannot catch a break at the minute, as the world #1 earns herself a single game point. This to go 2 up in this best of 7. Well, no wonder Wang Manyu celebrates, because she certainly hasn't had luck on her side in this game, and she will want to give herself a chance here. Sun Ying-sha, if she were to wrap up this second game, you might feel slightly aggrieved on behalf of Wang Manyu.
There's no doubt about that. Wang Manyu would feel disgusted if she was to lose this game. Very hard done by edges and net cords.
this is a huge point coming up. This could change the complexion of this entire match. It's early days in this best of 7. If Sun Ying-sha is to get herself 2 up, you have to wonder how Wang Manyu will respond to that mentally, because she will feel hard done by, as you said earlier. Sun Ying-sha, 2 games up now in this final. Wang Manyu will feel very, very aggrieved indeed. A couple of net cords, a couple of lucky bounces perhaps for Sun Ying-sha, but then again, you do make your own luck. And it's Sun Ying-sha who is in the leading position in this best of 7. A fantastic reaction from the world number 1. Players making their way back to their benches, but they are without a coach. Both players from Team China, therefore. They are alone with their thoughts in these breaks in games. But let's have a little look at the last edition of this World Championship. Sun Ying-sha taking on another teammate, Cheng Meng, in the final. Sun Ying-sha throws herself to the ground in delight. A rapturous response for the world number 1, taking her maiden World Championship title. Let's head down to join Adam at the field of play. Adam, great scenes. I'm not sure Adam can hear with all the noise that's probably going on around the arena.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm sure that you're trying to battle with all those thousands of fans chanting Sun Ying-sha's name out there. And of course, there'll be many fans for Wang Manyu, but just we had a little look there at the last time that Sun Ying-sha won this title. We'll get your thoughts on that a little later on, Adam, but the players are heading back to the table ahead of game 3. Wang Manyu with work to do, Gavin. How does she approach this one?
Love all.
She's got to find a way now to cast that last game out of her mind. It was a steal from Xia. Wang Manyu just needs to remember how well she played. She was in the ascendancy. She controlled many of the rallies. Hold that level and she'll be right back in there with a chance.
You know, we saw the players at the benches with no coaches. How mentally resilient do you have to be to play in a final with no coach? Such an adversarial sport.
What a get from Wang Manyu. The net cord again coming to Xia's favour. It drops over, and look at this reaction. That is lightning. It goes around the net, and she steps up and finishes with a forehand fade. That is magic from Wang Manyu.
Perhaps that amazing point, perhaps the point of the match so far, that will give Wang Manyu confidence. That will instill real belief in her.
She must have been thinking when that ball struck the net, not again. She can't get more. But somehow she produced a piece of magic.
Absolutely incredible noise around the arena. But now it falls deathly silent. It's a stunning shot from Wang Manyu. Pops a fist in celebration, moving 4 points clear here now. Well, this is much more promising for Wang Manyu. Knows she needs to get a game on the board. It is a best of 7. She does have time. She doesn't want to have to come from 3 down.
That's great depth on the receive there. Just popping it slightly half long. Good flick from Shasha there. Wang Manyu stepped around to try and finish it, but such was the quality of the flick. For me, what's been so impressive here with Manyu is how she's controlling the depth at the table. Some short, some half long, tempting Sun Ying-sha into shots.
And what is going to be the key now for Wang Manyu to capitalise on this 5-point lead, to make sure that Sun Ying-sha can't establish herself in game number 3?
Right now, she's just got to keep doing what she's doing. The variation level, she's not getting into those slugfests that we thought we would see. We haven't seen so many backhand-to-backhand battles. She's really tried to close the game down, keep it in that short, pushing, take the opportunities early, try to finish the point early.
Wang Manyu will be in action later. She's got another final to come. She'll be in women's singles action alongside, women's doubles rather, alongside Kwai Man later. 2 chances at 2 world titles today.
9-4.
She looks as though she's really starting to settle now, Gavin. Maybe a nervy start for Wang Manyu in the opening 2 games, and now playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more composure.
Let 9-4. Let 9-4. 5-9.
A little bit different from Shasha there, just scooping the ball up rather than staying up for the block. She just scoops it into Wang Manyu's backhand.
Well, that's normally the kind of rally we'd see Sun Ying-sha being victorious in. Sun Ying-sha saves the first of 5 game points. And then you must think she's got a real chance to establish herself in this one, but Sun Ying-sha, of course, will have other ideas. And here's one of them. Oh my goodness, second game point saved.
27.
Sun Ying-sha is creeping right back into this one now. Looks like the momentum is just shifting. Wang Manyu is going to have to find a point from somewhere.
And that's all she needs, this single point, but Sun Ying-sha creeping back into this. That's 3 on the bounce now.
Timeout, I believe, called there by Wang Manyu. Good move on her behalf. She's just seen 3 game points creep away from her. She needs to settle herself, come up with a plan for these next 2.
And how do you settle yourself? As a former player yourself, you've been at World Championships. How do you combat those nerves?
I can certainly say I never played a match of this gravity. But I think right now she just has to take a breath. That's the main thing. She'll start to feel like it's going against her again. Momentum is shifting. Sun Ying-sha is coming in the ascendancy now. But what can she do in terms of her receive? She has to be a little bit deceptive now. She's been so good at delaying her receive until the last moment and choosing a direction. She needs to find that again.
Well, look at all those fans, thousands of them packing this Lusail Arena, which has capacity for more than 15,000 of them. They're making enough noise for twice that number. Wang Manyu with a lot to think about here. 2 game points remaining, but Sun Ying-sha has saved 3 of 5. Wang Manyu needs just the single point to get a game on the board here. Of course, these players, they work with psychologists and they'll need to draw on all of that advice given, and these are those moments where all that advice is where they need to really focus. This is massive. Oh, she does it. Wang Manyu gets a game on the board, overcomes the nerves, a well-timed timeout. And that will really settle things in this final for Wang Manyu, taking the 3rd game 11 points to 8. And Gavin, that's exactly why these players take those timeouts.
Yeah, just a chance for her to come up with a plan. And she just did what we said, poked that little receive, half long, short, created an opportunity with herself for the forehand, and she took that game 11-8.
Time.
Well, Wang Manyu has now got a game on the board. The sense of anticipation building in the arena. Players just taking their time to make their way back to the table. It's Sun Ying-sha who has her nose in front, but only just. She leads by the single game in this best of 7. Do you think Wang Manyu looks entirely comfortable? Time will tell. Players prepare to make their way back to the table for game number 4. Able to take her chances. Those 5 game points she had, but eventually got it over the line, drawing on all of her mental reserves in the face of really, really challenging moments against that woman there, the world number 1, looking for back-to-back titles.
There's nothing more intimidating in the world when you're staring down the face of the world number 1, Sun Ying-sha. You're 10-5 up, but you're 2-0 down, and she's showing all signs that she's on the way back. She's attacking everything. She's aggressive. Wang Manyu did brilliantly to hold out that 3rd game, and she'll be looking to continue her form now.
How can she do that? Because we talk about each game being a fresh start. But how can she draw on the confidence she'll have gained from the last one?
I think she'll just be happy. She'll gain confidence from having held that last ball. Her tactics of playing soft on the receive have been working. She needs to stick with that game plan. Just be careful not to afford Shasha too many chances. If she plays just like they're too many balls short, she's going to start to telegraph it. She'll be moving there before it's even happened, and she'll have chances to do what she just did here. Power backhand flicks.
see just how much Wang Manyu wants this now. She's been very expressive throughout this match. She's admonished herself when things haven't gone her way, and now she is celebrating, roaring, as she wraps up those last 2 points. The momentum very much now with the world number 2.
It certainly is, and she's now coming out on top of these longer backhand-to-backhand rallies, which normally Sun Ying-sha dominates. It's good variation from Wang Manyu, not solely relying on that short and soft tactic that we saw so much of already. She's also ready to trade.
Well, this time it was Wang Manyu who didn't. We saw that many of those net cords in this one, actually, she managed to retrieve that one, did so well to react as quickly as she did.
Yeah, recovery time was unbelievable there. How she picked this one off the net and then was able to attack the next ball. Impressive from Wang Manyu. Who so easily could be in a different position now. Remember that Sun Ying-sha almost stole that second game. This could be Wang Manyu 2-1 up and 5-4 up. Yet it's the world number 1 who leads. 5-3, I should say, sorry.
The table's certainly beginning to turn, because a couple of games ago, that's one of the points that would have gone against Wang Manyu. This is such an impressive comeback for the world number 2. It's been world number 2, first achieved that ranking in 2018, but she's never been at the top. Is that going to be something that's on her mind, Gavin, in these matchups against Sun Ying-sha?
I don't think she's going to be too worried that she's never been world number 1. I just think she feels that she is the same as Sun Ying-sha. She feels I'm right up there with her and I need to prove it.
There are 2,000 ranking points on the line for the winner of this, the champion, who plays valuable points.
Extremely commanding Wang Manyu over the last 3 games, but I do have to feel it's only a matter of time before Sun Ying-sha comes back to life. We see some of her best table tennis come to this table again.
What you said come to life, and that certainly looked to be evidence of it.
Sun Ying-sha's an absolute professional. She'll be looking to wrestle back control of this game. Great defense from Wang Manyu. Sun Ying-sha taking control, playing forehand, hard backhand topspin as well. But Wang Manyu holding in there and answering everything.
Well, we saw this scoreline in the previous game. Wang Manyu with 5 game points, and she won't want a repeat of the previous game, in which she allowed Sun Ying-sha to trouble her, to work her way back into it, to save a couple of game points. Wang Manyu will need nerves of steel now. And a repeat of the last one. Wang Manyu gets this one wrapped up at the first time of asking 11 points to 5. A commanding game for the second seed. Sun Ying-sha sort of faded in the last couple of games. Fans nervously watching on.
I think it's a testament to the level that we're seeing from Wang Manyu. Shasha's level, maybe not at the absolute best that we've seen from her before, but that's as a result of how good Wang Manyu has been.
And this sets up an absolutely tantalizing final. 2 games apiece. It's Wang Manyu, though, who's in the ascendancy at the moment. It's not easy to make Sun Ying-sha keep quiet. Wang Manyu is doing it. Well, this final is on a knife edge. It has really opened up now, these two players with 2 games apiece. Let's head down to join Adam Bobrow at the field of play. Adam, it must feel very tense down there.
Yeah, but I think for Wang Manyu, a player who loves to read, meditations, Marcus Aurelius.
1 to serve. Level.
I bring that up because she's a philosopher, and it's not just about calm, it's about focus, being present. That one net ball for me was a real turning point in the start of game 3. Wang Manyu not worrying about what she can't control, focusing on now.
Sound advice indeed, but it is the world #1 who takes the opening point in game number 5. It's of course impossible to predict how things are going to pan out, but we didn't see Wang Manyu coming from 2 games down to level at 2 apiece. It's amazing.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Sun Ying-sha, take a bow. She pulled one out of her pocket there, leaning to the side. That's the one. I think it was also very apt points from Adam, Rebecca. It's very easy to see players become emotional when things don't go their way. You know, there's a lot of neck cords early from Sun Ying-sha. It's a gold medal match. You feel like you're being hard done by. It would have been very easy for Wang Manyu to let that affect her, but testament to how much of a champion she is. And Sun Ying-sha has just lost 2 games. It's also a testament to her that she's now able to refocus and produce the table dance we're seeing.
And does it make it easier playing in a best-of-7 as opposed to a best-of-5? Do you know that you've got time to perhaps make some mistakes, to take your time to ease into the match?
You certainly allow yourself, you're maybe a little bit easier on yourself, where you sometimes can be tough on yourself over 5 games. It's such a short format. Best-of-7, you know you've got a little bit more breathing space.
Another amazing rally between this pair. Sun Ying-sha coming out on top in that one.
It's just the speed at which she turns for a forehand for me. Crunching backhands, and she's just around in a split second to play that short, outside the ball forehand.
testament, isn't it, just to how intensely these players train, not just in terms of hitting, but in terms of their physical fitness, their stretching, their running, their lifting, all of those other things that make a complete table tennis player.
Thousands and thousands of hours are spent by every player at this World Championships, but especially these women we're seeing in the final now in their bid for gold. Now that was interesting. It looked like it was going to roll over for Wang Manyu. It was coming, and the spin actually took it backwards onto her side of the table. That's not something you see every day.
Just with a couple of nods of the head, just perhaps trying to steel herself, trying to steady the nerves here, because Sun Ying-sha looks as though she is up for this fight, wants to get herself established in this game, having lost the previous two. Sun Ying-sha looking for a 4th title this year.
Great placement for Wang Manyu. Looked like she was going to play short. She fakes with that long push and steps around, playing right into that crossover point of Sun Ying-sha. The crossover is when the player isn't sure, do they take backhand or forehand. Executed to perfection.
Let 5-4.
It's just stunning stuff from Sun Ying-sha. She is just so rapid. She is just such a complete player in all aspects of the game. And is there a faster player on the women's tour than Sun Ying-sha?
Simple answer is no. She's so dynamite around the table. Footwork incredible, anticipation even better. She finds time when there is no time. And there's your perfect example. Backhand to backhand exchange, and before the ball has even come towards her middle, she's around. Watch, here it is. And she somehow also finds time to change direction, to deceive Wang Manyu.
There's 2 points in it now. It's one of those tantalizing, enthralling 5th games. No player with the clear momentum just yet.
Sun Ying-sha is in control here. She's controlling the rallies. Wang Manyu does extremely well to hold herself in this point. She's clinging on at the moment.
Goodness, how about that? I was going to say Sun Ying-sha take a bow, but it looked as though she actually did.
I mean, there's very little words for this, but that is just anticipation and reaction at its finest.
And every time Sun Ying-sha produces something really magical, Wang Manyu responds almost instantly.
Every point is a battle. Every game is a war.
And does it make it more intense playing your teammate? Does it have to go all the way back to 1993 to find the last time there wasn't an all-Chinese women's singles final? Sun Ying-sha attempting to pounce, finds the net instead, and now Wang Manyu gets herself ahead in this captivating fifth game.
Take from Sun Ying-sha over the table. We spoke with Adam already about how that's one of the most difficult balls in the sport, when it's just popping up on your forehand and you have to decide flick, push, topspin. Last second decision, and a great one from Sun Ying-sha, using all of her arm speed to accelerate. And here we are, 2-2, 9-9.
Players taking full advantage of the towel break, just allows a bit more breathing space, a second or two away from the table. When you focused and ready, these are massive points coming up for both players.
The crowd are getting excited here, they feel the tension. The players just taking a second to let things calm down.
Oh, it's Wang Manyu who's the beneficiary. Game point, the single game point. Now it'll be fascinating to see how Sun Ying-sha responds to this one. Saves game point in what was a marathon rally.
You don't see table tennis at a higher level than that. And what a time to produce Sun Ying-sha. Backhand to backhand, stepping around with that fade forehand to finish in style and set us up for a big juice, a knife edge juice.
What you think, but I'm not sure you've got the words because you've got your mouth open. You look absolutely stunned at what we've just witnessed, Gavin.
How did she do it? She was so brave with this forehand flick, and Wang Manyu's retrieval just glancing the edge of the table, but a reaction time Look at this.
Well, it's game point now for Sun Yingsha. Saved game point at 9-10 down. Can she convert at 11-10 up? Well, it was a captivating game number 5. Sun Yingsha allows herself a small celebration, pumps the fist as she regains her lead in this final, leading by 3 games to 2. Wang Manyu, what could have been that single game point that she just couldn't convert at 10-9 up? How costly will that prove to be?
Well, the fans are on their feet, they're screaming, they loved that one, and that was a masterclass from Xia. From 10-9 down, she produced one of the best points of the game, probably the best point of the game.
Team China watching on. Ma Lin, head coach of this women's team, watching his 2 charges in action. I wonder what he's thinking. Knows both of these players so well. He's seen them facing each other in final after final. It is Sun Yingsha who's a game away from taking the title here. Wang Manyu's come from behind to level at 2-all. Had that game point. Sun Yingsha saved the game point, won that last game, and she's set up what is set to be an incredible 6th game. And what a way to begin. Sun Yingsha looking full of life as she jogs around in the space behind the table. And that is frightening.
She looks really fired up now. I think winning that 5th game in the fashion that she did has given her so much confidence. And Manyu is going to have to come up with answers quickly. We know also Wang Manyu's timeout has already been used when she tried to convert that game when she was 10-5 up and 2-0 down.
Love 2. 1-2.
And Manu just fought her way back into this game, winning a couple of scrappy points and then producing a nice backhand to take the lead 3-2.
ask you how you see this one panning out. This is a must-win for Wang Manyu. If she is to give herself a shot at her second World Championship title, stop Sun Ying-sha going back-to-back. What kind of a response will we expect from the world number 2?
Well, I can certainly tell you how I want it to pan out. I want to see 3-3, 9-9. I want to see more tension and drama.
The whole arena wants to see more tension and drama, and certainly more shots like that one.
Sun Ying-sha won't want it to go on any longer than it has to, and she's producing some sensational table tennis now in full flow.
Forehand of Sun Ying-sha. How do you live with a player like that?
What a great step around she made, and Wang Manyu did so well to step up and play that backhand punch block here coming up. But the power of Sun Ying-sha in the end, just too much.
Work from Wang Manyu. She is down, but she is certainly not out.
Great defense again. Sun Ying-sha is the one attacking first in almost every rally at the moment. But Wang Manyu finding ways to defend, finding ways to stay alive in this contest.
How on earth do you see a shot like that coming?
There was so much rotation, so much spin on this Wang Manyu backhand open up. The slow-mo doesn't even do it justice. And that doesn't even look slow-mo in how it came back.
That ball looked like it was moving in real time. That was absolutely phenomenal from Sun Ying-sha. And another great response from Wang Manyu. It's as if she's saying, anything you can do, I can do too. Sun Ying-sha, who's looking for a 25th career title. She's 24 years of age. How can you sum up that kind of dominance? How can you equate that to somebody else in any other kind of sport who's collected that many titles still at such a young age?
Well, if you can think of any examples, Rebecca, it's certainly an elite club regardless.
That gives Wang Manyu a bit of hope with Sun Ying-sha closing in on the end of this game. 3 points away from defending her title.
It's going point for point at the moment, and Wang Manyu needs to find a way to use her serve now to the advantage. Get back to 8-8.
Stomp of the feet in frustration and disappointment for Wang Manyu, but delight for the crowds. Championship points now for Sun Ying-sha. This to go back-to-back. This for the chance to become the 11th women's singles player to successfully defend a title. Get her name written onto that. The Geist Prize for the second time.
Brilliant from Wang Wanyu, absolutely brilliant. Sun Yingsha was on top of her. She even got a lucky ball in there, a bit of fortune. Wang Manyu's reactions, fantastic fight back.
Timeout.
Well, we have the timeout now for Sun Yingsha. This is absolutely fascinating. She has 3 championship points, but she needs a breather.
You always know when your opponent produces a point like that, it can kickstart the momentum for them. So Sun Yingsha proving her experience, her mentality, slowing this one right down. Let Wang Manyu go to the corner and think about it.
Let's head down to the field of play. Adam, you are in quite close proximity to Sun Yingsha at the minute. What are your thoughts?
I'm mostly staring at her fans, thinking about, it's interesting watching them giving shouts in her defense. There's been some arguments between fans. One shouted something out about serve hiding, and with TTR, of course, we can settle that. But I'm just so impressed with both of these players. No matter what happens here, they've absolutely clearly demonstrated top 2 level in the world. And it's still not over yet, but it's just crazy, the soaring heights of level that they bring to this game.
Well, there is no arguing with that, certainly. These are the top 2 women's players in the world. These 2 absolutely dominant forces in women's table tennis. With Sun Yingsha, who has 3 more championship points.
Again, Wang Manyu will not go away. Defense into attack. She's forcing Sun Yingsha to work hard for this one. Now, so often we've seen her lose with her own serve. It's been going against it all game. Can she come up with something special now?
Let serve, please. 8-10. Let 8-10.
Wow. Wang Manyu again. Again, she's done it. Pegging Sun Yingsha back. A great angled forehand counter loop right to the side of the table. She's narrowed the deficit to 1.
Is champion of the world again. She goes back to back.
Is that an edge? Did it hit the camera in the...
Well, she had her hand in the air. She says the point's not over.
Sun Yingsha's looking up.
I think everyone in the arena is looking up.
Oh my God, it hit the edge. I didn't even see it. As if there wasn't enough drama in this contest already.
Who on earth saves 4 championship points against the #1 in the world? Wang Manyu, that's who scores at Juice. Sun Yingsha, my goodness me. 4 championship points, been and gone.
Wang Manyu, you are a battler. This is fabulous stuff.
kicks the ground in frustration. She had a chance there to take us.
She played it perfectly with that opening backhand out to Shasha's forehand. Great recovery. And evenly poised again.
It's a second game point for Wang Manyu. This to send us to yet another game. This is shaping up to be an absolute classic. A final for the ages between these two megastars. Adversity takes us to a decider, saving 4 championship points.
How in the world are we going to the 7th game right now? Wang Manyu with spirited, battling, incredible resilience to fight back against 4 championship points for Sun Ying-sha. She produced some of her best defense, some of her best attack, and then a moment of madness when the ball went to the roof and came back down and touched the edge.
Well, we can have another look at that point. Gavin, you said you didn't see it land on the edge of the table. I certainly didn't see it land. Wang Manyu saw it land, and this is what saved her skin.
That forehand from Shasha as she turned was so powerful. It was already behind Wang Manyu at that point. She just got something on it. Managed to get it to the sky, to the roof. Look at how high it goes, out of her shot. And dribbles off the edge of the table.
Have we seen a crazier point this week?
I'm not sure we've seen a crazier point, and we certainly haven't seen it at a more crucial moment.
Sun Ying-sha with a lot to think about. She could have been celebrating by now. She could have been celebrating her second World Championships title. But Wang Manyu, what an incredible fight back.
Well, we know, Rebecca, the last 2 times that these players have reached the 7th game or the deciding game, it's been 11-9, and we wouldn't expect any different here.
And crucially, the last 2 times this pair played to a 7th game, it was Sun Ying-sha who emerged the victor.
No matter what happens as we go on here, this performance from both women has just been fantastic. A testament to our sport, to table tennis. A classic World Championship final that we're being treated to here today. That's a reaction time. Wang Manyu with a perfect forehand into that crossover point. Sun Ying-sha getting her racket out down quickly. And a perfect block.
Well, Wang Wenyu comes from a town whose name means Black Dragon River. And the dragon is certainly roaring now. A huge reaction from Wang Wenyu. Raises a fist to the air and screams in delight. Just have a look at that. Well, it's such a tense time for the players, but the fans are feeling the pressure too. I wonder who she's shouting for.
I feel like that myself, Rebecca. I want to close my eyes. I'm so scared of watching this. What a game.
If you're a player who has championship points, 4 of them, and they're saved, how do you approach the final game, the decider?
I don't think Sun Yingsha can think about that right now. She just needs to play what's in front of her now, the situation that she's in. If she allows to creep in, those thoughts to creep in, it's only going to put her under more pressure. She can't allow any doubt inside her mind. It's a one-game shootout between these two. And she'll back herself all day, every day.
Let for all.
It's amazing to see how much emotion sport can provoke in people. Players managing to keep their cool, but the crowd certainly can't.
Sun Yingsha leading on the turnover now. We will switch sides going into this 7th game at 5 points.
Well, of course, Wang Wenyu draws level. Matching each other point for point, game for game. From 5-4, Sun Yingsha, it's now 7-5, Wang Wenyu on the towel break. This is the 25th meeting between them. This is an absolutely epic, compelling rivalry, and we are being treated to some of the very best table tennis we will ever see. Level once again.
They're inseparable, these two, right now. If you told me you know who was going to win this contest, I'd tell you you're lying. There's no way you can know what's going to happen next.
I think they should give them both the gold.
It was 3 points in a row for Wang Manyu. Now it's 3 points in a row for Sun Ying-sha. How enjoyable is it to watch a gold medal decided in the 7th game? 10 years since we've seen it happen in the women's singles championships.
Speed and power from Sun Ying-sha to move 2 points ahead now. Wang Manyu lets out a deep breath. That one took her all out of puff. Sun Ying-sha now a couple of points away, 2 points away from wrapping up this match, but don't write off Wang Manyu.
Let 7-9.
Championship points once again for Sun Ying-sha. Can Wang Manyu pull off the impossible and save them again? Remember what happened in the last game? Sun Ying-sha had championship points, but Wang Manyu had other ideas. Think, she's saying to herself, keep calm, keep focused. Sun Ying-sha falls to the ground in delight, in relief. She goes back to back. She is world champion for the 2nd time in the women's singles. She points skywards, world number 1, she says, world champion, and how many more times will we get to say that? That was a classic, that was a final for the ages. It's just a shame it had to end after 7 games. That's one you wanted to see go on and on. Such was the battle between these two prodigal talents.
What a match, and look at the emotion with Sun Ying-sha. It's not something we see very often, but it's clear how much this means to her as she takes this one 4-3 in the decider. An incredible one, a match for the ages. Everybody at home will remember where they were when they watched this one. We'll remember being here. The fans will remember. They were part of history.
That is a 25th career title for Sun Ying-sha. And what a way to win it as well. What a match, what a battle. She is giving the Chinese national flag. Just wait for the roars of the crowd when she holds this aloft.
That's amazing. She's calling over Manyu to get a picture. She's sharing this moment with her. What an incredible final they put on, a display.
Well, she is a great champion. Two Chinese superstars sharing the flag, as is tradition, as they pose for the photos. Everybody will want to capture this moment. Becomes the 11th female player to go back-to-back at the World Championships. You can bet your bottom dollar she will be back at the next edition, looking for her hat-trick. Well, that's how the match was won. Let's head down now to Adam. Adam, have you caught your breath yet? That was absolutely incredible. incredible stuff.
I remember 2015 with Ding Ning and Liu Shiwen like it was yesterday. It was a lot of drama, but this here, the level of play, the arena, the energy in it, it just had so much riding on it. This is big for a woman who will spend 3 straight years of the world #1 spot to retain the title and show the world why they're backing the right player. Sun Yingsha had a tough match, and it took 2 to create this magic we got to witness here today.
Magic is absolutely the right word. Magic from both players, pushing each other to new limits. The sky is the limit for Sun Yingsha. This is how it panned out. Almost an hour and a half of intense back and forth. It was a real ding-dong battle between the world #1 and the world #2. Just 2 points in it at the end. That's absolutely agonizing reading if you're Wang Manyu. You can bet that she will be back. She, of course, has another chance at glory later on. She'll be playing in the women's doubles final a little later on. We look forward to that one, but we also look forward to hearing the thoughts of the champion. Here is Sun Yingsha.
Shasha, congratulations on winning your 2nd singles world championship title. Share with us how you're feeling right now and say some words about this great, wonderful match we've just witnessed.
恭喜莎莎赢得第2个世乒赛女单冠军，可不可以和我们分享一下夺冠的感受，以及对今天这场精彩的决赛的感受呢？
我觉得首先确实非常的开心吧。其实确实面对今天这场决赛，我觉得我跟曼玉2个人，我觉得其实都是胜利者。当然，其实我们2个人也从小一起比赛到现在，确实每一次决赛都交手过很多次，而且我觉得其实结局包括这种对抗来说都是最激烈的，而且确实今天这场比赛自己还是在赛前准备方面做好了非常困难的这种准备，而且我觉得今天确实也非常不容易，因为自己在3比24比6领先的情况下，那局没有赢下比赛，然后到第7局上来0比3落后，其实当时局面也一度非常艰难。其实当时自己也没有那么多的信念，但我觉得确实也感受到了大家。确实也感受到了现场支持我的这种球迷，包括我的教练，其实给予我更多的这种鼓励吧。所以说，确实非常不容易。
First of all, I'm extremely happy to have won this game. In this final, Man Yu and I were both winners. We have played against each other for many times since childhood. So every time we meet in the finals, it would be a tough match. So today I have done sufficient pre-match preparations for the potential difficult situations. Especially in today, I was leading in the 6th game at 10-6. Then in the 7th game, I was trailing 0-3. So I could expect it was going to be a tough match. But at that time, my mentality fluctuated a little bit. I couldn't keep my fate, but I could persist until now. Thanks so much for everybody's support, and my coach and my fans. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me all the time.
Shasha, this week you've had many players that have given you very good matches and tried to challenge to win this title from you. But share with us or explain to us the energy and the fight and the will that your fans give you to get you through these difficult moments.
在这周，你经历了很多场比赛，受到了很多优秀选手的挑战。在赢得这些比赛的过程中，球迷朋友们的支持给你带来了怎样的力量与信念呢？
我觉得确实，这是我的第2个世锦赛的单打冠军。其实相比第1次，我觉得，还是有太多不一样的地方了。但我觉得，其实在这次比赛，其实没有说过多的想去结果，包括其实，在赛前，其实教练也对于我没有说就是必须要怎样的一个成绩。但我觉得，其实在这10天的比赛的过程当中，我觉得我自己做的还是非常好吧，而且我真的是。 而且确实，我觉得每一天确实自己真的是都在全力以赴准备，也都在一天一天的过好。所以说，就跟我第一开始的采访一样吧，我觉得还是珍惜每一场比赛，然后能够多活一天活一天。但我非常开心，但确实我今天非常开心吧，我最后还是站到了最后。
Yes, it is my second World Championships Women's Singles Champion. It is a lot different from my first champion. I didn't think too much about the result, and my coach didn't ask me to achieve anything. But after 10 days tournament, I have established great results. Every day I fought hard, and just as I said in the beginning of the tournament, I cherish each game, and I'm extremely happy that I've managed to stand till the last.
Well, Shasha, congratulations again, or rather I should call you world champion. Enjoy this victory and your celebrations.
恭喜莎莎获得冠军。
Thank you, everyone.
It was wonderful to hear from the world champion Sun Yingsha. What a fantastic interview. We're both winners, she said, and that's absolutely right. And great to hear her saluting the crowd as well. That is what she takes home. We'll see her collect her well-earned prize next. That is the Geist Prize, enduring symbol of excellence in this sport. We'll also have the Iran Cup presented to the men's doubles champions. That is to come next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to a captivating World Table Tennis Championships finals in Doha. This has been a wonderful day of action.